With Election Day upon us, today we're taking a closer look at voting rights. New York State Capitol correspondent Elise Klein spoke to the League of Women Voters and the New York Civil Liberties Union about what voters should know about their rights ahead of Election Day.
The League of Women Voters stresses the importance of voters casting their ballots and understanding their constitutional rights.
A democracy does not work unless every single person within that democracy is given the right to let their voice be heard.
Under New York State election law, voters have a list of rights, including taking paid time off from work to vote, voting free from harassment or intimidation, voting without an ID, taking what are called challenge oaths, and more. New York State election law also protects accessibility and individuals with special circumstances, like individuals who have disabilities, are homeless, were criminally convicted, or are survivors of domestic violence. Smika says access is one of the most important pieces of New York State's election law. She says some voters have to overcome a great deal of challenges just to physically get to the polls.
Voters have already done enough by the time they get to the polls. So it is so important that you do cast your ballot once you get there.
Perry Grossman from the New York Civil Liberties Union highlights that accessibility voting rights are important for voters with disabilities and for voters whose first language is not English. He says some counties have ballots printed in other languages, and it is within a voter's right to bring a person with them if they need physical assistance or language assistance, as long as that person is not their union rep or employer. Grossman also explains that election laws, in a practical sense, give voters the right to go into the polls well-informed, unintimidated, uninterfered with, and to make sure you receive all the assistance you need, but in a larger sense, they can also do a lot more.
Voting rights are your right as a citizen of this state to hold your elected officials accountable. It is your stake in democracy. It is your ability to claim, ownership and self-governance.
In Albany, Elise Klein, WNY News Now.